Enjoy the trip, my Sean. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thanks for jumping on. Thank you. It's raining. It's raining. Be careful out there. My Sean. Hey, Joshua. Blessings. Good morning. Welcome in. You should be having rain in New York as well, Joshua. We have a lot of rain here in Connecticut. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Rainy days mean you stay home, you drink hot chocolate, you have soup, and just chill. What do you do on rainy days, guys? What do you do on rainy days? May has last year into this year, we've had so much rain here in Connecticut. A lot of rain. Yesterday it rained, not pouring rain, but then overnight it just started pouring. And it's still pouring. It's now 10:15 here. And it is raining cats and dogs. I'm just hanging out a little bit, guys, so you can enjoy the rain. Everything is nice and green. Hope you're getting enough rain where you are, not too much to create flooding and destruction, but not enough to keep this earth moist and to cool down the environment. And we have a nice breeze. It's a little windy. So what do you do on a rainy day, guys? Do you make porridge or soup? Read a good book? Play games? You look out the window like when you were a child and the quiet rains come? This is my favorite rain, when there's no lightning and thunder. It's good to just look out the window. There are a few birds still flying. Guess they're still looking for food. As I said, it's only 10:15. I was up early yesterday. I did some exercises. This morning I got up, I did some leg pull-ups and massage my back, massage my hip. Just massage them, and I realized that when you massage them, they do feel better. So guys, if you're feeling any kind of hurting, not sharp pains, but hurting in the hip or the thighs on the side of your hip, just massage into it, the side of your back, going up and down, just massage into it. If your hands can reach, just massage them, just rub into them. Sometimes you'd be surprised to know it's just gas. Because I was rubbing my back, the side of my back, up there. And as I reached up and I rubbed the hurting spots, because some spots you don't feel them hurting, but they're tight. They just need stretching and massaging. So just massage them, guys. Stretch them out. Use your thumb, rub into them. Use your fist, rub into them. Rub into your hip and the side of your hip coming down on your thigh. Just massage them. You'll be surprised to know that it relieves some stuff. Just need to release the blood flow again. So alright guys, I'm just gonna hang out here for about 30 minutes as the rain falls and the water runs in the driveway. This is the driveway to the back of the yard. So I noticed there was streams running. So I hope you will enjoy it. And one of the things I want to remind us is that you don't need permission to be happy. You do not need permission from anyone to be happy, to have happiness. It's all in your hands. So you read things to make you laugh out loud. Watch stuff to make you laugh out loudly. Just find happiness. You don't even have to be like laughing out loudly, but you want to make sure you feel good inside. A lot of times when you feel good inside, you can laugh at a good joke. You can sing a song and you feel good. You want to know that you have the right people surrounding you to make you feel relaxed, not nervous, and unsure of yourself, not nervous, feeling like you're being scrutinized. Every word you speak, somebody's listening and telling, what was that? You said you have the wrong verb with the wrong subject. What was that? Oh my God. You don't want people checking you for every single thing in life. You want to be able to laugh at some stuff and feel good. You want to be able to speak freely and not have to feel like, oh, if I speak, they're going to judge me. Be yourself. And if people make you feel, because there's constructive criticism and then there's that destructive criticism. Constructive criticism is good criticism. Destructive criticism is scrutinizing everything, and we're not perfect. There's no perfection. So some people, they don't see, they say, pick the beam out of your eyes before you start looking at other people. Until you have these big things in your eyes, you have so much issues about you. But you're the first one to talk about other people, to put them down, to point out their faults. So let us look at ourselves first. Are we kind? Are we helpful? Are we positive? Who are we? Are we perfect? Are we able to cast that first stone? Then, if we're not, then let us remember, stop pushing people down. Don't push others down. Don't push others down. Those of you out there doing your channels, you do what you do best. You do it to your best of your abilities. There are people there who will appreciate it. And those of you who are afraid to pick up the camera and go show your faces, then listen. I'm doing the rain right now. I'm not showing my face because I'm wearing my tie hat. I'm still in my robe. I got up this morning and I gave thanks. I drank my water. And I was just sitting there. And then I realized, I said, wait a minute. I wonder if my people would love to enjoy the rainfall. And I decided to put the camera out here. So you can shoot nice videos. I like the scenery here. I like the trees. You notice across there's another red tree like the one in the front of my yard. So the folks who were living in this community before, there are, I think, 2 more houses up that has the red trees. And they're beautiful trees. They don't grow too tall. They spread out. They're good shade trees. And you put those green plants around them and it gives it a good look. So you can do your faceless videos. There's so many of the people I have. Is it the J Jordan that they promote their videos on, and I go over and I subscribe to their channels. And you never see the faces. You don't know what they look like. But they're doing their videos. And you support the content that they're putting out. So if you're shy, then do your faceless videos. Don't feel bad. Don't hide your voice. You have something to say. Something that will motivate and uplift someone. Wow, look at the bird. Beautiful. So I'm just here, guys. It's a calm day, very peaceful day. I'm going to go downstairs and do some more laundry. I have the rugs for the bathroom to be washed. And then I'll do some stepping. I got the cat across there, over there at the house. They're wild cats, guys. When we just moved here, 12, 13 years ago, the mother, I don't know if that's the mother, she had the kittens right in the hollow of the apple tree. And then they came out, beautiful little kittens. And the neighbor in the back was asking us to get her one of the kittens. She wanted one. But we weren't going to catch that kitten. And we'd just put milk out there for her because she had the new kittens, and then we'd put food out in the evenings or stuff like that. But most of the birds came and had it. Once in a while they'll stroll across and eat what's out there. But my neighbor right there where the blue container is, the blue bin, she actually buys cat food and feeds them. So like 9 of them would gather in her yard because she has a cat inside the house. I'm allergic to cats, so I don't have them in the house. But even when we go walking and she comes back in like 6:30 in the mornings, you'll see like 5 cats walking out, waiting for her coming up. So she says, oh, they're ready for their food. They came to get their food. So yes, guys, wherever you are today, you know what? Make it a peaceful day, you know. Sometimes disagreements come, but something you can ignore. You don't have to yell it back and scream. Just calm. Just be calm. Just be calm. Takes 2 to tango. And a soft answer turneth away wrath. Sometimes, as I said, anger can beget anger. And when 2 people are angry, you never know what can ensue, because anger means that sometimes nobody's listening to the other person and everybody wants their point to get across. And the next thing we know, when we think people are not hearing us, we want to grab something, we want to break something, we want to punch something or someone, because we feel like nobody's hearing our points and we think that we are all correct. Everybody think they're correct. So what we want to do is to make sure that when anger comes, that we are not feeding into it. We're not feeding into that anger, but we are taking a moment to breathe, taking a moment to count to 10. Sometimes just smile, because what was said just didn't make sense. Somebody wasn't thinking. And so don't get caught up into the, who the hell you think you're talking to? And then the response is going to be a harsh response. And then it's going to get into people in each other's faces. You don't want anyone in your face. You don't want that. And again, I always say, don't say words that you're going to regret later. Don't say words and then you're going to be ashamed when everything is calm and you really see that you were wrong, that you're going to want to crawl back in bed with the person. How do you crawl back into bed with somebody that you just call a F&B and you know, all them bad words? How do you really get emotion enough to want to make love to somebody that you just belittled, that you just put down, call them the worst names? How did you get aroused? You know, it has to feel, it should make one feel horrible when you put somebody that you tell them you love them this minute, and then 2 days later you call them all sorts of ugly names. And then when the night comes and the alcohol wears off, or the bad attitude wears off, or you feel hungry and needs to come home, then all of a sudden you come in and you crawl right back into that bed with that person that you call those ugly names, with that person that you punch in the face. How do you lay next to somebody that you punched them and the eye is black and blue, or they're hurting from something that you did to them? Guys, just think before you do things. We're human beings. And so let us be careful, please. Let us be careful. My husband is not perfect. And you know, for me, as I said, I feel comfortable in my skin. My thing is my weight, and I'm not letting that take away all the things that I've worked hard and have achieved. I'm not gonna let that happen. you know. And there was at one time when I don't know what was in his head, and I asked him a question, and he raised his voice. And that's not something I don't want that around me. I don't want anybody raising their voice to me because I'm not a child. And when he raised his voice that morning, I was dressed for work, and I was sitting in the chair. And when he raised his voice, he asked a stupid question. When he asked a question, there was so many things. I just looked at him. I just sat there. I didn't even say one of the words that was in my head or any of the sentences that came to my head to say to him. I couldn't. I didn't. And I know if I had said something to him, I wouldn't have stopped because there were so many examples I could have just spewed out at him for that one question he asked. But I didn't. I just looked at him quietly. And as I looked at him, he felt bad. He just felt bad. And he got up and he came over and he says, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. And I didn't accept the apology or anything. I just did what I was doing, tie up my shoelaces, and got my book bag and rolled on out to go to work. At that time, he wasn't taking me to work. This was years ago. Because when you're in a relationship, you tell people the things that bothers you. One of the things I told him from day one, I says, I worked hard, I went to school, did what I had to do. I provided for my kids for all these years before he came, 18 years, because when he came into my life, my son was already, I was alone. About 16 years by the time he came to live in our space. Yeah. It was 18 years since I was alone doing what I had to do with my children, for myself. So when he came, he didn't come and send me to school. He didn't come and see me not working. He didn't come to an empty house. He didn't come and see us having needs. He came to a well-structured family who God had blessed tremendously. So and I said to him, I don't raise your voice to me. You will respect me just as we respect you. My children respected him. And so you're getting in relationship, guys, and you already was married already, and a new person coming in. Make sure that your children understand it. Make sure that you show that respect. And so your children understand that they must give respect as well. And that's what I did. When he came in, the kids respected him, accepted him, and that's it all these years, 18 years we've been married. 18. You never had a dispute with my children because we don't open the door to those things. You know. And so the morning when he said what he said, I didn't expect him to what have you? I just smiled and I just looked at him. And there were so many things. Because he came and he was made better when he came. He wasn't made worse. He excelled. And so as you make these relationships, please create that atmosphere so when they come into your life, come into your space, especially if you have children, that they come into a respectful space. And so if something goes wrong, it doesn't become a shouting match, but they understand, no, you don't speak to me that way. I work hard, I maintain, I bring in as much or more than you contribute to the family. I want you to be respectful. And you demand that. You want your environment to be a space for growth and not a space for disappointments and unhappiness. You don't have to ask permission to be happy. Just think about that today. You don't have to ask for permission to be happy. And so you don't feel bad if you have to excuse somebody from your space. You don't ever feel bad for that, because you don't want anyone to mistreat you. You don't want anyone to devalue you. You put that worth on yourself, that value on yourself. You know that you are important. You know that you're filled with greatness. You know that you are powerful. And because of all those things, you don't need anyone to tear you down. You hold your head up high and you keep going, guys. You keep going and going. And you find that if you create those kind of atmosphere, you find that you have the best relationship. I mean, I'm here and I like bananas, and if bananas run out, my husband will get up and he goes to the store. He makes sure that fruits are in the house all the time. There are things that he just get up, he goes. I'm telling you guys, I'm not bragging, but I'm telling you, God is good. God really gave me a partner to grow old with. So I'm not bragging. One time he yelled and I said to him, don't do it again. The two things I tell him I don't like: don't say no to me, because I am not lazy. I work hard. If I ask you to do something for me, it's because I can't do it. So don't say no if I ask you to do something. And so we laugh. Like I would say to him, could you so and so? And he says, why can't you do it? And I would stop and look at him, and he just says, okay. Then I said to him, you like that word? No? I said, stop using it. Get it out your vocabulary. But I have to give God the glory, I really have to give God the glory. That, at my age, I can honestly say that I did not get caught up in any relationships. Well, I don't like people who drink and, I would not want a relationship with somebody who drinks. I don't want a relationship with somebody who smokes. And so I find like people who drink, it is a big reason for a lot of disputes. It's a big reason because people might hold things in them when they drink that bad liquor. And because, a lot of people are deceived by this alcohol. People feel like, oh, it's not a necessity, especially if you cannot have one drink at dinner and that's enough. If you have to get up in the morning first thing and you have to have a beer, that's not a good thing. It's not the most, there's so much more to do than to get, find yourself and these things that alter your whole, your brain, alter things that you're slower to move, your speech is slurred, you're doing things that later on you don't even remember. Oh my God. It's not necessary. If it was helping you for something, I could understand it, but it's not. What does it do for you? Burn up your liver, burn up your kidney, burn up your throat. And then you have all this dispute with your family, your beautiful, clean family. Oh my God, your family is so important, man. So, alcohol is never a good thing. I'm not telling people how to live, but boy, you see the dysfunctions that arise out of alcoholism. You see the abuse. And then they said they didn't know what they were doing. They were under the influence. Oh my God, then stop doing it. Unless you're happy to abuse people and use the alcohol or the thing as a cover, It's so nice when you can sit and talk, when you can have dinner together, when you can say, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? And then it's okay, it's not, you're asking me that, whatever you cook. Those those things are bad. It can be good when you're out and it says, oh, we're going to be a little late. Could you? And it's okay. So guys, listen, it's raining and I'm just here ranting on and on. But I'm just saying, I I was spoiled because I grew up with a grandmother who never drank. So our home was peaceful. Peaceful. Unless Granny sent me to the shop and I would see any of my friends that would start playing ball or something and Granny waiting for the goods and I'm there playing till it gets a little darker. Then I hustle home and Granny would come meet me down and she says, why you don't listen? They said when they send you out if you come right back. Sometimes I put down the stuff, missing that she coming towards me, put down the stuff. I'm going to take off because Granny not run after me. Take Granny around the house, she go to a point and then, I'm on the other side looking at her little feet on the other side. But that's how it is, guys. That's how it is, But it is nice when you can always come in and say, hey, how are you? And if those are the only words you speak for those hours, but they're good, kind words. And you're going to bed, and you can say, hey, good night. But don't make it be people, you go to bed, you're angry, you turn your back, you're vexed. You get up in the morning, you're throwing things till you're angry. And then the only time they say they're sorry. But my friends is okay after all of that. They don't want to come up next to you telling you, oh, I'm sorry because now they want to have intercourse. So they're only sorry because of that. But by the next day, it's all back again. Oh man, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. You don't have to ask permission from anybody to be happy. That's for you. You be happy. Push away the things that may take away your happiness. And you be happy. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy. Feel content. Feel at peace. You see the rain, it's so calming. It is so calming. It is so nice and peaceful. I'm looking at so many birds. I'm just standing here and so many birds that came in the tree. I guess they're trying to sit under the leaves to not get wet. I saw a little bird, yellow under the... I think that was a hummingbird. There was a very small bird. And this is what I like, guys. This is one of the things I like. I love the pit, pit, patter of the raindrops. I love the buzz, buzz, buzzing of the bees. One thing I love the best, very, very best, is to know that God loves me. And this is cool, guys. It's raining, raining, raining. It's raining, it's pouring. The old mans are snoring. Oh, boys. The clouds away. Night will turn to day. If we sing and sing and sing, we'll sing the clouds away. Smile the clouds away. Smile, smile, smile. Clouds will turn today. No matter what they say, so sing and smile and pray. That's the only way. If you sing and smile and pray, you'll drive the clouds away. Oh my goodness. Yesterday was 70. Then yesterday turned out to be 71, or was it the day before? Yesterday we had rain. I think it was the day before. I was tempted to turn on the central air. And then I said no, because I think in May we're gonna have some more cooler days. So I'm not gonna turn on the air as yet. I did turn off the heat last week. And usually we turn it off in April, but we had some cold days. 40 something degrees. Inside was 61 or 60. My goodness. So I had to keep the heat on a little longer. Oh, it is raining. Thank you guys for coming in. I know people keep coming and leaving. There's nothing exciting, guys. It's just, I'm just talking. Just holding the vibes and watching the rain fall through my window. Watching the cars go by, watching the trucks go by. Oh my goodness. And I have I didn't know today was the day for bulk stuff. I have a chair that I've rolled out there, but we didn't put it down on the sidewalk. I had that chair for so many years, and it wasn't real leather. I bought it and it wasn't real leather. I didn't read the thing, but it did its time. It did its services. It still can sit on and swing around, and it can still roll it around. But my son bought me a new one, and I had bought another one. So I just said, oh, the black thing just starts stripping off. It just strips off. It just strips off. So I decided to roll it outside and just keep the other two chairs. But they're good, guys. They're good. If you're having problems with your knees or stuff, get those rolling chairs and get the good ones, especially if you're overweight. Make sure that when you're buying the chair, you look at the poundage. You look at how much pounds it's able to hold up. Because if you have a lot of weight, it's gonna break. So make sure. I have that first one I'm putting out for years. But when we bought it, my son looked for how much pounds it could hold. And I had it just rolling around. I had bought another one, which was a gaming chair. My son says, Mommy, you don't play games? It had the footrest. You could pull out the footrest and put the legs up. And he says, Mommy, I like that chair. I said, all right, son, you can have that chair. And so I got a different one, a regular, but this other one was real leather, so it lasts. It's not stripping or anything. Just give thanks, guys. Listen, give thanks. Pamper yourselves. You don't have to go out and buy name brand bags and boots to feel good. You can listen. Just get the things that you need to make you comfortable. Don't get things that you'll never use. If you're not a person out there every day, you don't need any big bags to go show off once in a while. And they're just gonna stay there and dry rotten anyways. They don't. These things are not forever. And just when you shop, just shop smartly. Get things that you need. Because it comes to that point when you want to give them away, and a lot of people look at say, oh my God, I can't give that away. Oh, I paid $1,000 for that. I can't give it away. Listen, just get things that you need and be content. Be content. And know that if disaster comes, a flood comes and flood them out, you're not going to feel angry because your bag got wet. If fire comes, you're not going to be bitter because you lost these things and, oh, they were so expensive. Guys, live a good life. Be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Be content. Find the little things to make you feel good inside. And cherish them. Cherish every moment. Right, I'm here talking to myself. Oh, there are two people here with me. But it's that's what people don't understand. It's the simple things, that gives us that peace and that inner joy. It's not like as I said for Mother's Day to my kids, no flowers, no gifts. I don't want any more gifts to be dusting and giving me more work. There's enough in this house. I said no more. I don't want anybody come delivering flowers on my porch. Don't. And they found it so funny. Yeah, they came, we had a meal together, and they brought the food, and last night I was showing my brother, I said, wait a minute, bro, there's still, a potato or some cornbread, because we went American. We went soul food for Mother's Day. We didn't even do Jamaican food. My husband, he got up, he made fried fish, he made rice and peas. He said, the kids are coming. He says, but I'm still cooking. It's Mother's Day. And it was funny because they brought in the soul food. I said, yeah, well, cornbread. And the very first time I had sour cream and potato. And it's not something, I always wanted it, right? I always wanted to try it. Hey, today is garbage day, guys. Today is garbage day. This is the recycle. Are they gonna get mine? Hey guys! Hello? Hello? You didn't see this one? Oh, got it. It's two sides. You didn't get mine. My blue barrel is there. Huh? You didn't pick up my blue barrel. They didn't see it behind the black one. It says that their side. This is funny. And mine is the only one coming up the hill, so they pass it, they saw it on the other side. And they said this is not their side. But there isn't a lot of stuff in there. So guys, listen. So yeah, they brought me the potatoes, the big potatoes, and I wanted to try the sour cream, so they got that. And I tasted it, and yeah, it's really sour cream. I don't want that thing again. I didn't really enjoy it. And I usually when I used to do mayonnaise, I would put the mayonnaise in the mashed potatoes, but I haven't bought mayonnaise in so long. So I said, okay, I'll boil my potato and eat it just like that, or bake it. But I don't want to put the sour cream added to it. It just didn't have any flavor to me except the sourness. And so that's all we had. And we had leftovers. And I laughed because Donnie did the fish and the girls were so happy, so they took some fried fish home. So it was a great Mother's Day. My son wasn't feeling well. And my grandson, because he goes to preschool now, and he gets those little sniffles from school. And so my daughter-in-law came over, and so, I give thanks for those blessings, yo. I don't want big gifts. No, I don't want anything that I need to, because I don't need them. You just have them to look at. Then they get dusty, you have to dust them. They take up a spot on the table, on the mantle. You gotta move it and dust it. But for what? And they could come sit with me. I could talk about it now. Yeah, let them come over, man, and have quality time. You have good talks. Sit down, watch a show or two. Actually, they found this guy on YouTube, a comedian, and we just had so much laughter. We had so much laughter. So those are things that last forever. So, again, I said it's not stuff that makes us happy. It's quality time. It's loving yourselves. It's feeling comfortable in your skin. It is just sitting down, looking back at where you're coming from, and how far you have come, and the challenges you face, but you're here. You're still here. You didn't jump off no bridge. You're still here. You're still here. And no matter how many disappointments, you still get up, brush your knees off, and you're still pushing through. Those are the beautiful things. So those are what I want you to just focus on today as it rains. And as you watch this video, and you watch the rain, you see the water running. You hear the sounds around you. But you just think about it. You say, darn, I have done well. I don't care what my situation is. I have come a long way, and I have done well. Because you have done well. Hey neighbor, you have done well. And Jet, for you on your journey, my dear, listen, you embrace who you are. This morning you got up early. I have that walking app on my TV too, and I step with them sometimes. Sometimes I'm out of line, but again, the concept of it is just to move. Just keep moving. Cut back on your portions and keep moving. Because you can move for 5 minutes and then you're still eating the same amount of food. Cut back on the meats and the starches. But load up on your veggies and your fruits and just keep going. Read something, write something, crochet something. So your mind is not always on something to eat. Just keep yourself busy and keep going. Life with Bev Brown. Yeah, yesterday you showed to the world you had. Yes, you do have alopecia because of the thyroid issues that you had. That's part of the outcome. And so for me, I cut down my hair. I give God thanks that my hair is still there. But you know what? At the end of the day, is that what makes you who you are? Is the hair what makes you get up and cook for the needy people? The beautiful meals that you make with so much love and cleanliness? It's not the hair. The hair is not what makes you kind and loving. I spent the 2 weeks with you and Sister Dawkins in Jamaica. You're one of the nicest persons ever. And so, the hair doesn't make you, my dear. The hair is just an addition to keep the head warm. You have enough hats, you have enough headbands, you have that. So I'm proud of you that you become vulnerable and humbled to take off the hat and to say, this is what's going on with me, because there's so many out there like you. There's so many out there like us. I have my weight issues. You have your hair issues. But that doesn't change the fact that if somebody's hungry, you're willing to feed them. It doesn't change the fact. So whatever our what we call it now, is it not malfunctions, but whatever, we have that is not, what society looks at for perfection. It doesn't prevent us from being kind and helpful to others. It doesn't prevent us from reaching out. It doesn't prevent us from uplifting and motivating and encouraging. It doesn't prevent us. As I said here, for so long, there was a person I used to talk with who would just talk about fat people like they're not human beings. Like, oh, she wished fat people was death. And I would say to one day, I said to her, whoa, you know who you're talking to, right? Well, it's two of them. I remember one of them, we were talking, my daughters came over and my son, and they were helping me to do something one evening, and this person called one of my daughters, And she told the person what she was doing, and like she said, so how is everything? How is your sister? And she said, well, we're just here, we work, we go to the gym, we're just living, and we're here helping mom. And so, oh, I don't go to the gym because now I'm in Jamaica. But when I used to, I would get on my treadmill, and I would just be so obsessed with it because me can't take the slabber. So my daughters looked at me and rolled their eyes and said, look at this fool. Listen to what she's saying. And at the same time, I have been so instrumental for that person, like setting up the business that she was setting up. But when they have these things in them and they speak it, right? They speak it without understanding, or they probably forget that I'm an overweight person until they see. I don't know why they have these things in their heads, because I don't look at them with all their disabilities or the, whatever is going on with them. I don't discuss it like that in a negative way. But they just see fat people, and I said, no, wait a minute, guys. Please remember, when you talk about fat, say, oh, well, she's educated. Okay. She's a beast, but I acknowledge I'm a beast. I'm not an idiot to sit and think that, oh, I'm a size 10. No, I'm a beast, but I give God thanks that I can show people that even though you're fat, you can get up and move. You don't have to sit and wallow in self-pity, but you get up and move. Get up and dance. Love yourself. You dance. You sing. You read something. You recite a poem. You educate yourself and speak well. Don't let anybody take that from you. The other one, she would be in church every Sabbath, and then she talk about, I said, take people home after. Nope. I don't even park on the church premises. I don't even park on the church grounds, so that as soon as church is done, I'm gone. I say, you are something. I say, you say you're a Christian? Well, sometimes if I tell them to come, but I tell them, I said, if you're fat, not come. And that was always funny for me. If you're fat, don't come. So now I'm saying to her, I said, you know who you're talking to, right? This is your niece, so it's a fat niece. People are just weird. But they go to church every day and they say, oh, they're Christians, and they take the name of the Lord. But people, listen to me. We're human beings. And what makes us special is that all of us are unique in our own way. We are unique. There's nothing wrong with who you are. You love yourself. I could understand if only fat people were dying. I could understand if only fat people got cancer. I could understand if only fat people had heart attacks. But it ain't so. It is not so. Skinny people die from the same things that they claim that is, fat people's sickness. Skinny people go through the same things. So, you love yourself and enjoy your life. You do that. You don't take these things personal, and then, a lot of us, we hurt ourselves more by living in the eyes of society, living for what they expect and what they want to see. And then we put ourselves in all sorts of detrimental things because, I am not skinny. I want to be this, I want to be that. Love yourself, make the changes, and 1 pound at a time, as I said from day one. You become a stronger, better you. 1 pound and 1 blessing at a time. You don't go put yourself through unnecessary challenges because you are not looking the way society claims they want you to look. It's about selling things. All of these markets are just about selling things. I remember I had a trainer, and I paid her And she said $600 for how many sessions, how many ever sessions she had said. And the first day she came here, I had downstairs set up. I had my weights, I had the mats, I had the treadmill down there, I had the gazelle, I had everything down there. So I would do my cardios and she would then go through different things with me. But every day I had to listen to her talk about, oh, this other client she has, they have a promotion going. If I can win up to $1,000 if I take some powder or whatever foolishness, and depending on how many pounds I lose. I said, I don't want anything in my body. And she kept saying it, and one day she came and I said, I think this is our last day together. She didn't even finish the session. She walked away with a couple $100 left to go. But I said, I didn't tell you I want to be in a competition. I didn't tell you I want to lose pounds drastically and then put my body in any kind of bad way. I wanted to lose 1 pound at a time. I want to lose the weight gradually. So don't put yourselves. The other day I was thinking back, I was looking on Google one time and I see how much million different kinds of diet stuff they had out there, weight loss stuff. And you tell me all of them, nothing worked? Did they have to have so many millions? If there was one that worked, then everybody would have been on it and stuck to it, and life would be fine. From the fact that they had so many, it means that something is wrong and people are still fat. And then you look at the billions of money they make of people who are fat, and they shame them, their body shame them, they make them feel less than they should feel, so they feel like they have to buy into these things. And who is making the money? Who is laughing at us? So I'm not into any of those things. I remember when they used to have DEXA trim and DISA trim and all of these things. Where are they today? Everybody markets something. When they get their millions, they disappear. They come back, they market another garbage, they get their millions and they disappear. It's a money making. Listen, guys, love yourselves, you hear me? And keep your mental health in check. Just stay focused. Everybody, every day, do this and you lose. And look at the people who marketed it. Look at them who are marketing it. Some skinny little person, skinny little dude, skinny little girl telling you, drink this and you will lose, 40 pounds in 2 weeks. And you run out and you go buy it because, oh my God. And not thinking that for you to lose the weight, you got to get up and move. You have to move. Especially those diets telling you don't have to. You can eat what you want, and that's not true. You got to cut back on the sugars, you got to cut back on the salt, you got to cut back on the fats. Remember, vegetables, no fats, right? The natural. A lot of vegetables, a lot of vegetables. And again, small portions, smaller portions. You eat enough, you drink your water, drink a lot of water, keep you full. Drink your water so it helps with the processing in your stomach, the breaking down of the food. And you go move, you go dance, you go do something. Maybe 2 or 3 hours later, you eat another little something. Eat when you feel hungry. And you eat a little something more, not too much. And you make sure that by 6 o'clock in the evening or 7, you're done eating. So your body is getting ready now to relax and just get those things together. When you get up in the morning, you can have your bowel movement. So I'm no doctor, I'm no nutritionist, I'm just a fat girl who loves herself, is thanking God for where I'm at today and the age I've reached, and just taking it one day at a time, Trying to lose the pounds just one at a time. I don't want to lose 10 in a week. I want to lose them a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, so I can maintain it. As I showed you guys the dresses, once I drop those 6 dress sizes, I am still there. I am still there. I didn't gain it back on and can put those dresses on. I'm still putting on the dresses that I put on 3 years ago on my birthday in August, and did the videos when I showed that I dropped those pounds. So God is good, guys. From a size 30 to a size 24, I'm happy for that. And, hopefully I'll get back down to like a size 20. But you know what? Little by little, bit by bit. Oh, she's back already. So my people, I've talked to you over an hour. I'm hoping that the rain is now slowly, it's still falling, but not as heavily. So love yourselves, as I said before. Just love, love, love yourselves. Be good to yourselves. It doesn't matter how others think about you or others treat you. You be good to yourself. And you take it one day at a time. One single day at a time. And you keep walking, keep moving, keep dancing, keep on singing, keep moving some more. And remember, happiness. You don't need permission at all for that. You do not need permission to be happy. Take care, guys. I love you, love you, love you, love all of you guys. I love you. Take care and thanks for your support. Please share the videos. Thank you.